time we took unit 3, chapter 10, Grapes of Wrath. Let's continue it today. We open it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Linda. Lean Matar, right?
Yes.
Yes, dear.
So you're lagging. I'm going to go out, then join again.
I'm lagging, okay.
Miss,
Yes.
did you take attendance?
Did you take attendance? What do you mean, now or before or what?
No.
Now, no. I will. We've just started.
Oh, okay.
We've just started. Yeah, don't worry. How are you doing, yeah?
Wallahi, Miss, I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Great. Do you feel cold?
No, actually.
You don't get cold easily?
No, wallah.
Great. Okay. What I want to do? I want to share the presentation. Where is the presentation? Here is it. Grapes of Wrath.
What page is it in the book?
It's on page 202.
Yes, we said that we will discuss page 201. It was a homework, but we didn't do it before.
Great, Yehuda.
Yes.
Great. It will ask you about are there any connections to our current society and what this passage convey or what is discussing? What was this passage discussed under the orange trees? Hey, Yehuda.
It was about talking about how California is nice, but at the end it tells us like if the people that makes it nice and rich, like the farmers, are not getting well paid, and we are so greedy and like that, that we don't care about them, we don't clothe them, we don't feed them, and like that, and they are the people that make this California as rich and great.
Yes. Under, it's called, I love it, Supervision Under the Orange Trees. What can you infer from the title?
That the people or the farmers that make the orange trees are starving.
Yes. They plant the orange trees. They plant the trees. They harvest the trees. They do everything for the trees, but they are starving. They cannot eat the oranges of the trees. So they are the ones who plant the trees, but yet they cannot eat it. So who can answer me?
Why?
Thank you, Hoda. Thank you so much. Who can answer me? How is it related to our life today?
Teacher?
It's happening now also.
Yes, Lee? Yes?
Why don't they eat the oranges?
Because they were workers. They don't get paid enough to eat. And they were not allowed to eat from the farm.
Oh.
Or from the field. Yes, dear.
Miss, I'm sorry I'm late. I
Okay,
was,
Judy.
yeah, just in case you called me.
It's okay. We've just sorted, dear. Dima, how is it related? You were answering?
I'm saying this happens in our time now.
Yeah,
Farmers
how?
are not paid enough, and they're usually poor, while the people in the city are rich.
Yes.
Or can earn a living.
Yes. And the one who serves us, the one who farms, cannot afford his family food. A worker cannot afford his family food. Okay? Okay. So in the Grapes of Wrath, where did we stop? I remember we stopped at the repetition. We finished 203, right? And we went to when it was the local speaking. Yes, because we stopped at where the local. Yeah. I remember that we were almost finishing.
Yeah.
Okay. Who can remind me what is the Grapes of Wrath talking about?
Can I say?
Yes, please, Yatima.
It's talking about the Okies who came from Oklahoma to California, and they were searching.
Wait, Yatima. Nirvana, why they moved from Oklahoma to California?
Because of the floods they had there.
From the what?
Floods.
Yes, from a flood, and what else? What are two major events that happened in 1925, 29, 30? Maya, do you remember?
farming
Okay, Nirvana, huh?
and the farming يعني يعني industrialization
Yes, yeah.
the farming يعني.
But remember, there are two
The
things.
Great Depression.
Wait, Yehuda. Wait, mashallah,
Okay.
you know all the answers. Aya Banjak, do you remember, Aya? Malika, do you remember? Two things
Yes,
happened.
miss.
Yes, Malika, what happened?
Great Depression in Dust Bowl.
Yes, the Great Depression and Dust Bowl. Great Depression, no jobs available for workers. Dust Bowl made what, ya Nirvana? Made the lands what? The land that they
What?
farm.
What? I don't
The
know.
lands. In California, the land became what? In Oklahoma.
Miss, I don't know.
Okay, it's okay. طب Judy, do you remember?
Sorry, what was the question again?
What did the Dust Bowl did to the lands of Oklahoma?
Basically the lands were not farm material now, the
Yes.
soil. So they
They are
couldn't,
not fertile anymore.
yes, so they
because of the
couldn't farm
dust.
anymore. That's
Yes.
why they moved to Cali
That's
and
why they moved to
search
California.
for jobs.
Yes, so thank you, Judy. Dima, continue. So they moved to California to search for jobs. What did they see when they reached California, Dima?
They saw a sign there that's saying no work is here. There's no
Yeah.
work in California.
Yes, and Lin Al-Haj, how Californian treated the Okies? Noor? How the Californian
In a
treated
bad
the
way.
Okies?
Yes.
Yes, Lin, you answer or Noor?
Yes, do you want me to answer?
Lin and then Noor. Lin.
They treated them in a bad way
Yes, how?
by not giving them a good salary.
Yes. So wages start to fall down and prices get higher. Yes, Noor?
Yes.
What else, ya Noor?
They also saw them as thieves and
Thieves.
maniacs, and they degraded
Maniacs. Excellent. Excellent, ya Noor.
them.
Yes. Okay, so let's share the PowerPoint now, and you can see the PowerPoint now, right?
Yes.
Right, girls? Okay. So the Grapes of Wrath, and we said it's written by John Steinbeck. Okay, or Steinbeck, I remember. It's okay, Steinbeck. And we mentioned the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl that happened in 1930s. And then we stopped at the vocabulary. Hostility, when we said that they hated them, the hostility united them, and we discussed how hostility united them. Who can tell me how hostility united them? Nancy. Lujain.
Yes, miss.
Nancy, how hostility united the Okies?
Hostility united the Okies.
Yes, we mentioned it previous time.
They were all against the immigrants. They were all
People in California were against them. So
Yeah.
hostility united the Okies. Okay.
okay.
Mr. Adam,
Yes, please. Okay. Is it okay with you or I still lag?
teacher أحسن بس لسه a little bit. Your voice بيروح وبيجي.
Okay.
Teacher, I want to tell you something. I
Yes.
didn't enter. She wrote you على WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll check.
No
Why?
problem.
Is there anything?
I don't know, teacher. She
Okay.
just told me to tell you.
Okay, dear. So previous time, girls, we stopped at 205 and we discussed that what did they do? They took the 1 kilo of peach or tomato for $5. So instead of selling it with $7, they divided it into cans and sell each for $5 or $7. So they gained more and food became more expensive. Okay, so these are the what opportunists, those who take opportunities opportunities in dark conditions. Okay.
But miss, that's not good, right?
Yes, and they take advantages in dark conditions.
Yes.
Dark. Yani, it is good that the person takes an opportunity when it comes to him. Yani, if you have a job offer to move to a better place with a better salary is okay, but to raise the price for food, okay, raise the price for food, and there are hunger in the country. This is
They will
yes,
die, and that's not
yes.
good for them, by the way.
Yes.
Because if the farmers and the workers dies, then who will work?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, they pay nothing
Yeah.
for them. Okay. So we stopped at line 80, and we said this is the locals, and let's start from 74. Serena. Serena, you came back to Saudi Arabia or not yet, dear?
Yes, I came yesterday.
Ah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, read you, Serena. Line 74.
Miss, Miss, I came back at 3 a.m. I'm
It's
so
okay,
tired.
Serena. Okay. Serena.
Yes, teacher, I was getting the book.
Okay, 74.
Teacher, page what?
205. Quickly, yes, Serena. Yes, Serena.
Miss, can I read after
And as canary.
Oh, yes, yeah, Maya. Okay. And as cannery owner.
And as cannery owner, he paid himself a low price for the fruit and kept the price of canned goods up and took his profits. And the little farmers who owned no canaries lost their farms and they were taken by the great owners, the banks and the companies who also owned the canaries.
Canaries, yes.
As time went on, there were fewer farmers.
Yes, they were fewer farms because they started to lose.
The little farmers moved into towns for a while and exhausted their credit, exhausted their friends, their relatives, and then they too went on the highways, and the roads were crowded with men ravenous for work, murderous for work.
And then the little farmers moved into town. The little farmers, because now the market is controlled by the big farmers because they gain more, so they can plant more, they can buy more lands. Small farmers or little farmers, they moved into the town. They went to the town a while and exhausted their credit, exhausted their friends, their relatives. Okay, and then please underline it, and then we will discuss it later because here we will discuss it in the second read. Do you remember what is it that we took in the first of our academic vocabulary? Who can remember? You can open page 200 and tell me what kind of academic vocabulary is this?
Miss, what are you talking about?
Again, they moved ascended on. Excellent. How? Exhausted their credit, exhausted their friends, their relatives. Is there a conjunction?
No,
there is no
there's
conjunction.
no conjunction.
Other girls, be with me. There is no conjunction. When there is no conjunction, or the process of omitted conjunction is called what? Ascended on. So underline it because we will discuss it in the second read. And then they too went to the the highways and the roads were crowded with men. Highways and roads were crowded with men. What was the condition of these men, girls? Please, Malika, tell me, what were the conditions of these men? It is written.
They were murderous for work.
Yes, ravenous for work. Murderous for work. They will do anything to get work, to get paid, because they want to eat. Okay, thank you, Serene. Maya?
Yes, miss.
And the companies, the banks worked at their own doom and they didn't know it. The fields were fruitful and starving men moved on the roads. The granaries.
Although the field was fruitful, full of food for everyone, but hungry people were everywhere.
The granaries were full and the children of the poor grew up ragged, and
Yes.
the pastels of pellagra swelled on their sides.
Yes, so read the meanings from down. Okay, characterized by rickets, a disease in children that is caused by lack of vitamin D and that causes bones to become soft and to bend. Why? Because lack of nutrition. Lack of nutrition for the kids and the lack of vitamin D causes the bones to be lean. Okay, so that's what happened to the children. Although the granaries were full of food, okay, the children of
So
the
يعني
poor.
Miss, like now, these farmers and that farms, they sell them. They
Yes.
don't eat them, they sell them.
Yes,
And
to
for
gain
money. Yes.
And the fields were and the children of the poor grew up rachitic, and pustules of pellagra. Pustules is small elevation of the skin containing pus. It is a disease on the skin, and pellagra is a chronic disease caused by a deficiency of nicotine acid in the diet and characterized by gastrointestinal. It is very hard to be pronounced. Can you pronounce it? Gastrointestinal. Anyway, it's a disease. I'm not a doctor. I'm an English teacher. Skin eruptions and mental disorder. All of these were diseases, okay, for the hunger people in California. Because of what? Because farmers didn't want to feed the hunger mouth. Bankers didn't want to give them loans. Job owners, entrepreneurs didn't want to give good wages, and the prices get higher. All of that were the reason for all of these diseases. Continue, Maya. The great companies.
The great companies did not know that the line between hunger and anger is a thin line.
Please underline it. It is very important.
And money that
there is a very thin hair, or as we can say, or a very thin line between hunger and anger, because a hungry person cannot think well. A hungry person cannot think well. A hungry person doesn't see, he just wants to get food. No matter what is the way to get food, he will get food. Why? Because it's a need for the body. It's a need, not a want. He cannot live without it, so he needs to eat. So he will do everything to eat, no matter what did you do. So there is a very thin line between hunger and anger, because hunger leads to anger. And you will see what will happen with anger. Continue.
And the money that might have gone to wages went for gas, for guns, for agents and spies, for blacklists, for journalists.
The money that is in the country didn't go to hungry people. They didn't buy food or medicine for hungry poor people. No, they bought guns to defend themselves. They bought gas for their cars. Okay, for spies, for blacklists. So they didn't use it. And remember when we were discussing that, no, not with you, with another class, I'm sorry, I mixed, that the government should pay whom? Each government should take a choice, whether to pay the money for teaching, or for education, or for health, or for food. Okay, then they have to arrange it. So food, then health, then education, then military equipment. But other countries, they start with what? With the military, to protect themselves, to protect their power, to protect themselves, okay? The high society in the country. But they do not care about the food and health of poor people. So is it related to
yes.
our present?
Yes.
How girls? But I want anyone but Hoda, because Hoda participated and she's active today, which makes me happy. Who else can participate? Budur, are you here? Can you participate, Budur? I like to hear your thoughts. Sham مازن. طب Sham Kharfan?
Yes.
Yes, Sham. Is it related to nowadays, Sham?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Why? Why it's not, it doesn't happen now?
Because like there are people that don't have money and they can't pay for food, but it's not like long ago. Long ago there were like really large amounts of people that couldn't pay for anything.
Yes, yes. So anyone has another opinion? Raghad, is Raghad here? She didn't attend since, she hasn't attended since previous week, right?
She
Okay.
today the first 2 periods.
She attended first 2 periods?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, maybe she slept then, it's too tiring to attend more
This
than 2 periods.
happened today.
How, dear? Tell me, Dima.
For example, in Yemen, there is many
Yes.
poor people who can't eat and stuff, and there is a lot of starvation, and in many other countries.
I didn't want to show you these pictures, but actually there when it rained,
There's people in the refugees camp
this is
also.
it. Excellent, Yehuda. This is what I want to say. Excellent, Yadima, and excellent, Yehuda. In Yemen, people there are starving. While Yemen is in a state of, I don't want to talk about politics, but we talk about humanity. That there is a war and there are people dying, but they buy guns to protect themselves. Okay, they have the right. I'm not talking about politics, okay? Stay away from politics. But we are talking about the hunger. People are hungry. People are, as Huda said, the refugees. Refugees and the refugees
Yes, they are
camps.
also
It is
in.
raining. I saw horrified pictures of those this old woman who walks in the mud because
Yes, it was
her
Syrian.
yes, Syria, the Syrian tents and refugees. She lives in a tent.
Yeah.
She can't afford food, health. Imagine someone who lives in this cold, and we cannot just, we are under our blankets and we feel cold. Imagine that she is in the, how can I say it? She's in the space, nothing around her. And there is water, mud, and who helped them?
No one.
God.
They get few of charities because they say that other charities are being stolen. So they take blanket each now and then. That's what they get. But health, enough food, those children, they will face the same future. Lack of nutrition, which is called malnutrition.
Yes.
Malnutrition is lack of good food.
This also in the United States, right? Before.
Yes, before, but this is in the United States, dear.
No. Oh, okay.
This has happened in the United States.
Right now, too, the president spends billions of dollars on military supplies.
Yeah, all countries, dear. All countries, they spend billions on military supplies. All countries, that's what we discussed. That they care more about the war and the land and the power. And they do not give that attention to food, health, because these are and education. These are the most important 3 things to be provided by government. Let's not talk politically because I will be taken to. You will not see me again. Okay, I will not upload this class. Okay, so and money that might have gone to wages went for gas, for guns, for agents and spies. So it has been happening since ever. On the highways, the people moved like ants and search for works, for food. Okay, again, girls, for work, for food. It's what? Ascendant, omitted conjunction. Yes. Oh, we finished. Okay. So, and the anger began to ferment. What is ferment? To undergo or cause a change.
Yes, like fermentation and so.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's check. Yes. When does it finish? Because I want to start the
11:20.
Oh, so we still have time. Okay. We opened page 206. Okay. But before we go there, let's discuss the discussion questions. Question number 1. Why are the Okies, Linda, traveling west and looking for work?
Yes, because of the إيش اسمها البول dust bowl and what was it?
Great Depression.
Yes, Great Depression. The land wasn't يعني good for farming, but they had to travel.
Yes. Okay, so read it, please.
Industrialization has changed the farming life, and those who lived off the land and owned small farms hadn't kept up, couldn't compete, and were forced to look for work.
Yes. Ghala? Arwa?
Yes.
Yes, Arwa. Question number 2, please.
What 3 words do you think best describe each group, the migrants and the locals in the expo?
Yes, remember when we were discussing the locals and the migrants? How can you describe the migrants? What can you say about them? Yani how they were feeling? Migrants, those Okies who traveled from Oklahoma to California. Give me only one. Huh?
Desperate.
Excellent, desperate. They were desperate, yes. What else? Very poor. Yeah, right?
I don't know.
Yes, you can say very poor.
Yeah, very poor.
Yes. So, what else, girls? What can you also say about them?
They are hungry.
Hungry, yes. Very poor. And what else?
Homeless.
Yes. Okay. The locals. Locals. How can we modify the locals? Harir?
They were angry. Oh.
Arwa was answering?
No, it was me, Nirvana.
Nirvana. Okay, Nirvana, how was the locals?
I was gonna say they were angry.
Yes.
Maybe scared.
Scared. Excellent. Angry, scared. So read it, Arwa.
The migrants were desperate at first, impoverished.
And impoverished. Desperate, as Arwa said, they were desperate. Adrift, uneasy, يعني uneasy. Impoverished, very poor. The locals, Arwa, were agitated. Yes.
And angry.
Fearful and angry, as Nirvana said.
They're also irritated by them.
Yes, irritated by them. Excellent. Question number 3, Noor. طب ملك here, ملك الحاج here. And she was absent Wednesday and Thursday too. Malika? Okay, no, Malika, you answered me. Mariam Muhammad. Thank you, Malika. Mariam?
Yes, miss.
Yes, Mariam, read the question, ya Mariam.
How does this excerpt connect with the essential question? Is the land of opportunity simply the land of opportunists?
How this is applicable to the theme?
Well, in this excerpt, it was talking about how the people went to find opportunities in a different land, but they couldn't really because they already took it. Other people took it. So it's the land of opportunists.
Not for everyone. Not for everyone.
Only
yes,
for...
Excellent. Yes. Read it, Mary.
The excerpt depicts America as a land of prosperity and opportunity for landowners and bank and company owners, but not for most people. The locals and migrants are all hope for the same opportunity to work and to feed and house their families.
Yes. Okay, so the land of opportunities is not for everyone. Land of opportunity is not for everyone. Okay, girls?
Okay.
So, Lujane.
Yes, miss.
Yeah, Lujane, what can you infer about what we've read, the excerpt, and what do you think of it? How do you think of it? How you look at the picture now? Did it change any of your thoughts?
About what?
About your life, yani, what we read, yani, this is the great thing about literature, that it's related to your life. So did it affect you in any other way, change your perspective? How?
There are different types of people. There are people who in difficult situations turn hostile and lack empathy to the people in need.
And other people who take advantage?
Yeah, they take advantage of any situation.
Yes. Yes, which they call themselves opportunists. Yes. So who else didn't? Maya.
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher Malak entered in أول حصة, but she left because the internet at Jordan isn't that good.
Is Malak in Jordan?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. When will she come back?
I have no idea.
Okay. Okay, girls. So we stop here, and when we come back, I will ask Maya. There's a question in the second period, inshallah. Go wash your face, drink water, anything, and join me.
Okay, bye.
Bye, girls.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart.